Let me start by stressing 2 points before I raise certain concerns. The first one is that we fully share the objectives of energy transition. We, as Greece, start at the forefront of the green transition with the fastest growth in renewable energy in Europe, with significant investments in grids, storage, clean technologies. That's my first point. The second one is that we all have to acknowledge that substantial progress has been made in the discussions and has been achieved on the Energy Taxation Directive after long negotiations, and we welcome both the Presidency's and the Commission's efforts to promote landing zones, compromise solutions. However, overall, as we advance on energy transition, we should focus on a broader strategic narrative and mindset, because we're trying to tackle many things at once. We have many goals at once. We look at sustainability, we look at competitiveness, we look at social cohesion, we look at territorial cohesion. And our job, our work, is to balance all of those things and find optimum solutions to every social problem that we have in front of us. And in this regard, we need to focus a lot on cost effectiveness, because while there are certain member states, for instance, that still rely on coal for power generation and even for heating oil for their homes and businesses. So if you had to implement exactly the same solution in a one-size-fits-all approach simultaneously at all 27 member states, that would not be a recipe for success. And this is why we believe, as Greece, that there are certain sectors which, both for us, but I would say overall for the European Union, are critical, are mission critical for our overall considerations, and I would underline maritime transport, aviation, and agriculture. Specifically for aviation and maritime, this is a consideration for us given our geography, where we're located at the European map, given the length of our coastline, given the fact that if we were to implement taxes in aviation and maritime, this would create a competitive disadvantage with other Mediterranean countries which would not have that. So we would have to factor this in, and also given the fact that alternative fuels have not yet been developed at those sectors at scale. So we fully support the 10-year extension. Anything less for us, I would say, would be a no-go. And I would also add that in light of the above, had we not implemented this 10-year exemption, this would have an adverse impact overall for the territorial cohesion of the European Union. Now, for agriculture specifically, I would say that we have another existential goal, which is food security. And in this regard, while I do understand that the time frame of the exemption for agriculture is now broader in the discussions, we would consider and support a permanent exemption for taxation for energy products and electricity used in agriculture, specifically from the same strategic mindset that I described before.